Hello, guys. Welcome to the first community call of 2024. Well, first of all, Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you had some good holidays with your families or with your friends or whoever person you wanted to have a holidays with. Um, for us, well, we are super excited about what is going to come in the this year because of, as I mentioned in the last community call of 2023, this is going to be the year of what I call the great Kleros merge. When we had the Ethereum merge and moving from a proof of work to proof of stake. So for Kleros, the merge is when the Kurt 1.0 it's going to be replaced by 2.0. They will coexist for a while, and then, after V2 or 2.0 is functional and fully working, V1 will be deprecated. Well, this event is going to be, the big Kleros merge. So it's going to enable lots of different use cases that we have been working for a long time now, and that for different reasons were not feasible in the past because to work with them we needed different features like one person, one vote. We needed SVTs to select jurors based on number of qualifications, skills, etc. So I don't want to repeat myself about this because I already said this last week, and and it was covered. So just you can listen to the recording of the previous community call. And so super excited about what is coming for this year, and happy to have you here with us. So an important thing that we have now is there's a proposal to extend the juror rewards program. It's already for voting, and this is the rewards program we have had for a while now about incentivizing people to stake in the court, because it's meant to, more stakes means that Kleros is more secure. If Kleros is more secure, it's going to be easier for it to be adopted by more important projects, and this creates more adoption, and more adoption creates more jurors, and everything you already know. So there is a proposal about the extension, so feel free to see it and vote in it. And so it's out there for voting, and do go to vote, because it's important that we have governance decisions that are done by a wider amount of community members, so they become more legitimate, if you want, in terms of traditional politics. So you have that. So that's one of the things of this week. Then let me give a word to William, in case you want to mention something about, maybe since this is the first call of the year, maybe what is coming in 2024 from the research perspective.
Yeah, so going into this year, some research problems that I'm excited to continue working on are still doing more stuff related to SPTs. So we've done a lot of work on how SPTs and sort of blockchain identity mechanisms can be used in juror drawing to complement the sort of economic security you get around token-weighted drawing. And there are a lot of interesting research problems that are still open about exactly how best you can design these systems so that ideally you both have to break the economic guarantees that sort of token-weighted drawing give you, and the identity guarantees that sort of SPTs are using sort of a proof of humanity screen in your draw, so that only only one person vote can be drawn per proof of humanity profile or something. How these security guarantees best complement each other, and how you can best design the system to do this. So there's progress made there, but there's more to be done. There's as much as work as we've done over the past years on sort of like voting systems and incentive systems. There's always more to be done there. Like the like the field of social choice theory is this huge field that has like very nuanced problems and trade-offs around different kind of voting systems in the context of classical elections, sort of normal political elections where you vote for your parliament member or your president or something. And all of those problems can be sort of ported over to Schelling game type Kleros things. And we can have a field that's as rich as social choice theory for Kleros, basically. And we've done a lot of progress there over like the 5-6 years we've been working on this. But I'm excited there's more things that can be done. You can check out some of our past articles to get some of our previous work. Particularly something that I'm thinking about like a lot recently is how to use some of the work from this existing academic literature and adapt it to Kleros in the context of like using peer prediction mechanisms that we haven't thought about a whole lot in the past because they aren't super resistant to like whale kind of manipulation, like large voters, people who have large coalitions can manipulate payoffs. But then with the idea of now, because the version 2.0 will be modular, you can use something that's not so resistant against kind of whale manipulation in like the first round or the early rounds of a dispute, and then revert to something that is, we've done research to determine is more manipulation resistant in higher appeal rounds. So for example, like a famous example of this is the surprisingly popular Bayesian truth theorem of Prelec, where you ask people not only like what they think the answer to a question is, but what they think other people will say, like what percentage of the population will vote for each of the different answers, and then you give more weight to the answer to win that is like voted more. It receives more votes than people think it should get votes. So like, how do we adapt these systems to Kleros? Like, what kinds of like things can you do to try to get the advantages of systems like that, and you get like really sort of efficient incentivization, even when you might have a dispute where like maybe there's one side of the dispute that sort of wins like the vast majority of the time. You have a freelancer, a small business owner dispute, and the freelancer wins 90% of the time. How do you efficiently incentivize people when like to provide effort to vote in cases like that, and just not always vote for the freelancer? So taking advantage of systems like this while still having the like resistance to whale manipulation on appeal using the modularity that will be given to us by 2.0.
Yes, so as you know, after the launch of this 2.0 core, so what's coming later is, starting to develop a number of new modules to add more functionalities to the court. As we said, one person, one vote, SVTs and all that. Some of the things that we are going to be researching, and we actually discussed this today. I think Mary is here, and we discussed this with her and with some other team members about the interactions between Kleros and artificial intelligence. So I published an article as a guest writer in the American Bar Association in December, where I discussed, prospects of the use of AI in the context of making like a predictive policing and decisions about court decisions. And AI has lots of different problems in the sense of, two main. One, that it can be biased, and the other one is that it doesn't explain the decision. So when you are building something like a dispute resolution system, you need people to understand why a decision was made. And so this is why all of these new systems that are going to be created using AI for decision making will require another layer of decision making that is done by humans and that can explain how decisions are made. And this is Kleros, hopefully. So this is something that is very interesting to me, and I have been using some of my time to research. And then very big news we had at the end of last year. So Mexico, the Mexican Congress accepted the validity of not accepted, but I mean there was a new bill about the alternative methods of dispute resolution, and they mentioned decentralized justice in this bill. And so Kleros is now going to be valid in Mexico. So we, as you know, we have been researching and working with mainstream companies such as Lemon, and this idea of this new bill in Mexico will open lots of possibilities to use Kleros in similar use cases in Mexico. So this is a very big thing for us. This, we think, can expand a lot the use of the court. So this is one of the things I'm going to have more in my radar and my focus in the coming times. I already have a trip planned in Mexico to start creating a bit of awareness about this new solution in the context of consumer disputes. And so this, I'm sure that if things go as expected, you will hear a lot more from this perspective in the future. So yeah, that's a really cool thing. From the point of view of business development, I don't know, Marcos, if you want to mention something else. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes. Well, from the BD team side, of course, there are not too many updates this week, but I would like to say something similar to what William just mentioned. First place in 2022, we achieved to have a big quantity of integrations. In 2023, we have not a big quantity, but a good quality of integrations. It was because of the integration with MetaMask and, well, the Lemon integration that you just mentioned. And our idea for this year, for the 2024, is to actually to have more, like a good quantity of these integrations that were really important for us, as the one of MetaMask and Lemon. So specifically talking about me, I'm going to be focusing this year on, well, trying to contact more exchanges as Lemon from Argentina and Mexico because of what you just said, and well, other companies that could bring a lot of cases to Kleros.
Yeah, we have a lot of that. So now Argentina and Mexico. So this is great.
At least for this Argentina and Mexico, but when talking about Web 2.5 integration, for other type of integrations, of course, we will be working. But we will be working with all the rest of the world. But this is for Web 2.5 integrations is where I'm mostly focusing.
Yeah, and this week also we started another thing that is some activities of communication and business development in Africa. We have 2 team members from Nigeria who work in business development, and so Africa is a big continent, and a continent where there is some adoption of crypto, and we did that during the COVID conference, online conference in Africa with audience from Uganda and Nigeria. Now we are resuming this because we have team members that can, well, be more in touch with the local reality. And so this is also a place where we plan to expand. So we have that as well going on and expanding there. Then maybe Alex, you want to mention something. I already mentioned about the rewards program. I don't know if you have anything to add.
Yes, short update from my side and from DAO side in general. I think it's interesting to note that the DAOs are definitely here to stay. Basically, I have shared, I think yesterday, a tweet very interesting with the fact that in 2023, we see the global treasuries of DAO that was multiplied by 3. So at the beginning of 2023, it was about 9 billion. Now it's about 30 billion if we take all the DAOs, basically. So this is definitely a system that is here to stay. And yes, Kleros will really want to really target this market. with our Zodiac module, basically, and our arbitrator, Kleros. So yeah, we have this big partnership, about with 1inch, but we are also gearing up with a major project that we will announce quite soon, and talking to a lot of different projects. What I can announce this week that was done, it's a small DAO called Blockup DAO. It's a venture capital DAO, basically that will do a proof of concept with Kleros. So I will help them to integrate. So that's mostly it from the DAO side. And yeah, as you have mentioned, Federico, there is the bot that is live for Kleros DAO. There is 1 day. So please, if you have some PNK, go to Snapshot and vote for it. Yeah, it's good to have a good participation to the vote.
Awesome, thank you, Alex. Well, as any politician says, on the election day, thank you for all the citizens of the Kleros Republic for this very important day of democratic, citizenship. So yeah, the same from me, because of the record participation. So we have that, and I think one last thing that is worth mentioning. Yeah, you want to say something?
Yes, a couple of comments about DAOs and using Kleros for DAOs. We will release more information about this probably in the next couple of weeks. But there was an attempt of an attack on People of Humanity, where some actor tried to send Ethereum to an address that's probably the address of this person, and it was blocked by someone from the community, but submitting another tax. So I think this is probably one of the first times where Kleros is used to block an attack like this, governance attack. So I believe this will be very positive news, right?
Yeah, that was a really good validation of Kleros as like Supreme Court of a service of the governor, so prevented the malicious submission that would have basically stolen funds from the Proof of Humanity DAO. So that was a really good. I mean, we will write a bit about this because we need to present it in a better way. But it's a good thing that you have this information, because it's this thing that happened is a proof of how important is this use case to prevent like people maliciously trying to steal money from DAOs, and how Kleros can prevent that. So you will hear more about this, because I'm going to speak about this in different talks, and I'm sure Alex will use this success case in his talks as well. So yeah, I forgot. Thank you for reminding this.
Yes, and it's very interesting that the person that we tried to investigate where this came from. It was maybe something related to the previous governance drama and things like that. And well, apparently this address was involved on some hacks before, and so probably not related to any of that. And they even created a custom contract for executing the submission of the transaction. So very sophisticated actor, but they were not expecting the community to react. So that's also not only the system is well designed, but we also have like an active community.
I think it's really showcased that Kleros tech can be really strong, secure, and reliable, and people are trusting it. So yeah, this is very interesting, because it's like a real attack, and the attacker lose real money trying to attack. But yeah, that's why we have like a partner like 1inch that are securing like more than 15 million with our arbitrator. It's because the tech is super strong and super secure.
Yeah, a big success case, So that was great. And it's also interesting how the community can self-organize to defend against attacks. So this was real money at stake. I mean, I think that was about 100K. So someone tried to steal that money from the group of humanity DAO, and Kleros prevented that. So that was a really great thing to see, like happening for us. It was a kind of a Christmas gift for us. Well, not Christmas because it ended later, but yeah, more or less. Happy New Year gift. So that, and then maybe the last thing I would like to mention today is that well, I mentioned in previous calls that we are working on more use cases. One of them is esports, and in this context, we are organizing a conference at the University of Neuchâtel in May, alongside with the university and WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization, and just this week we see that there is this book published about the sports in the 21st century, and one of the chapters mentioned the use of blockchain and DAOs in the world of sports in the future, and they mentioned Kleros as one of the solutions that will be required for this world of sports that being formed, and about esports gaming. So really great validation of a use case we have been trying to develop for a while now, but it was a bit early before. Now I think the time is coming, so we are we are very happy to be on this precise moment there, because these things are going to start moving quite fast. This mentioned in this book starts to create awareness that Kleros can be a good solution for this type of use case. I think that's it for me for today. I don't know if you guys have any question or comment.
I have another comment about V2. We have it's almost ready. We're just troubleshooting the new testnet, right? It's already deployed. JB and the team are troubleshooting the notification system that we'll use.
I forgot the most important thing. I forgot the most important thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was, the Alzheimer. Yeah, I mean, the testnet of Kleros 2.0 is already out. I mean, it's not announced yet. I mean, we did say that, but it's we are fixing something with the bot, as Jean mentioned. Sorry, I mean, yeah, but this is, I guess, the most important news, right, Jean?
Yes, definitely. And also, we will extend the program, the incentive program for testing data coherent vault. Of course, if you already tested it before, you already have the leak and you can already test it. But we did not want to announce it before we confirm that everything is working properly. And one of the things that we had issues with before is that jurors were not being notified about the cases that they get. So that's what we are troubleshooting now to get it right.
Yeah. So I mean, you can start testing. So you are here in the call. So you are one of those who had the early news. Some of you already knew because I told them. But yeah, go and test it. I know it's working great. It's super fast. The design is beautiful. It's amazing, and it makes one excited about what is going to come. I mean, I can't wait to start arbitrating in that beautiful interface with those new modules and those new use cases in consumer gaming and DAOs and all that good thing that is coming now on the year of the Kleros merge. Okay, so thank you very much for coming. Happy New Year, and see you on Telegram, guys.
See you later. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Happy New Year.
Bye, everybody.